Hello there, Leo. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your Leo full moon 2020 reading. The full moon is in a different sign every month, and because the sun is in Aquarius in February, the flip side of that sign is Leo, so the full moon of February is your full moon, Leo. So I brought out, whoever's full moon it is, I always bring out my big full moon light here so that everyone can enjoy that, especially me, because it's very fun. It has all the craters. I don't know if it's real visible because I am filming this during the day, but this is a very cool moonlight that I bought a while back that has all the moon craters on it, and it has a warm light, it has a cool light, as you can see, and then of course it turns off. There's a little sensor on the bottom, so it's a very, very cool. But happy Leo full moon to you guys. I'm very excited to be here with you today. I had a major life event, which I actually posted a video up about, so you can watch that if you're interested, but that is why I had to take a couple weeks off from the channel, and I really missed reading for you guys during that time. I'm so glad to be back. If you're a returning or subscribing follower, thank you so much for being here with me. And if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. For anyone that's watching, I do invite you to reach out, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. First, a few quick notes before we get started is that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Leo out there, so if the messages do resonate with you, they are meant for you. If they do not resonate with you, kick them on out to another Leo, because that belongs to someone else watching. Also, do be sure to check your natal chart. That'll have your moon sign, rising sign, Venus sign, etc., because that's going to give you more insights, different signs, readings that you can watch so that you can get even deeper messages for yourself. If you're interested in a personal reading or anything like that, info about the cards I use, all of that info is down in the description box. So Leo, let's get started. So this is, like I said, your full moon, and that means that that's going to be lighting up your universal first house of your chart. So when the moon is in that first house for you, that's that Aries house, that's the house of your identity. I would say that always is going to bring up quite a bit of your inner emotions to the surface. And because your sun is already in the sign of Leo, when the moon goes into that sign, it's interesting because, the moon is kind of the opposite of the sun in a lot of ways. And I'm just watching my birds outside, and one of them's got, oh my gosh, one of them's got some twigs or something. They're probably building a nest. That's really awesome. We just crossed over actually into midwinter. February 2nd is Imbolc, the Celtic observance of midwinter, so we're actually getting closer to spring with every day, and I can even see it going on outside. So back to the Leo significance of the full moon. When it comes up as, in the moon sign versus the sun sign, that digs into more the subconscious drives, the inner emotions and the psyche that goes on within. So, that's more the inner motivator. And so I would say that Leo, it's sort of like as without, so within. This is a time when you really get in deeper touch with yourself. Your needs come to the surface, your feelings come to the surface. For positive and for negative, because as we know, Leo is a sign of the ego. It's a sign of, sometimes even arrogance if it's pride that's not, healthy. But on the other side of that, there's healthy pride, healthy self-worth and value. So Leo, as that comes up, try not to give in to self-doubt or, beating yourself up, because many Leos, even though they show a brave face to the world, they do question themselves a lot. They are very sensitive. They do have big hearts. And so, as you go through this, time of the full moon in Leo, absolutely your emotions come to the surface and you are more sensitive, but this is getting you very much in touch with who you are, who you're meant to be, what your identity is in the world. So it's a very positive time as well. So let's go ahead and we're going to dig into some cards for you. I'm going to be doing the Moonology deck, also the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and we'll be clarifying with several tarot decks today as well. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Leo as we do their full moon reading for February 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Alright, so Leo, not a surprise. We've got a fiery card coming up off the bat. This is for your immediate past position. Now keep in mind, those full moon cycles influence are most strongly felt, for that 30 days after the full moon hits. So this is what you're bringing in really from, the first month of the year, which would have been the Cancer full moon of January. So the fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries, which is interesting because that's where the full moon's house will be. It will be in that Aries house with the full moon in Leo. So I think this is really a portent of the future that this past position card brings up. It also says, to me that something is coming full circle or something has already, completed for you. And it definitely has something to do with who you are and your personal identity or destiny in the world. And then look at that, waxing crescent. So on top of that, and it's a number 5, which I really like because you are the 5th sign. And it is in that waxing crescent moon. So to me, that's about greater growth. That's about, things being on the increase and very, very positive. I feel like springtime might have come for you a little bit early here, Leo. Going into the immediate present, we have the South Node card, which is don't let your past hold you back. So as this comes up, like I said, not surprising, more emotion comes to the surface. The South Node position in the astrological chart, now the birds are tapping on my window. They literally are. I don't know if you can hear that. This is really cool. I think we brought in some real springtime energy with your reading, Leo, with that Aries and that waxing crescent, and now the birds are like getting in on the act. So yeah, definitely making the springtime presence known. So yeah, but the South Node is all about the past lives, past incarnations. So as you stand in this present moment with the full moon in Leo, activating that first house of your identity, this is saying anything that's been limiting you, anything that's been holding you back, especially on a deep soul level, that's time to let that go. That's time to release anything that's been kind of dragging on you, or at least, look for closure around those old cycles, because to me, this is like coming to grips with something, maybe not even always from, this current life that you're aware of, but, those deeper, older, past lifetime energies that you're working through, those karmic cycles. There's a really great book I'm actually looking at right now on my shelf, Astrology of the Soul by Jan Spiller, and it's all about those South and North nodes. So if you find out what your South node is in your chart, and that is the way the symbol looks, it's like the U, to me it's like the cup that's already been filled, right? Whereas the North node is it's just this upside down, right? So the North node is what hasn't been filled, and the South node is what has been fulfilled. So that can really point you in a lot of interesting places to understanding, those past incarnations of yourself. So let's pull an extra card. Let's see what comes up here. And look at that, Leo. So the blue moon, expect the unexpected. And I think this is very beautiful because this is saying, clear away the things that have held you back, clear away the old karma, the old stuff that has been, kind of bothering you or nagging at you at the back of your mind, because, unexpected blessings are coming in, unexpected situations and breakthroughs are coming in. There could be people coming into your life that you didn't expect, or something, message coming in, because those are kind of those rare occasions. And then going into the future, full moon in Gemini, the answers that you need are coming. So to me, that's extra communication, further mental development, and intellectual growth as well. So let's pull an extra card for this one. And that, you know, full moon and Gemini card, that's the energy that's coming in, you know, right after the full moon in Leo for that next 30 days. So this is what we're looking forward to in the future here. And look at that. On top of that, we have the snow moon, which is purity. So, you know, there is, again, using your communication, using your thoughts, using your words, and other people sharing with you. There could be a lot of communication coming up over the next 30 days. And that's what gives you clarity. That's what purifies. That's what gives you cleansing and closure. And I'm going to look at my list right here on that. Yeah, the snow moon is the February moon. So absolutely, this is right in line with where it should be. Yeah, so the Leo moon is the snow moon because that's our February full moon. So that is your moon. And oh my goodness, it's a beautiful time for you, Leo. I like this reading a lot so far. So let's start to clarify here with some tarot. Oh my goodness, these birds. They are really doing their thing out there. Oh my goodness, they're speaking up for you today. Ooh, so Leo, my goodness, this is beautiful. All right, so in that past position where we had, you know, this past, you know, full moon, which would have been in January, we had the Aries moon come up and the growth card. And on top of that, we've got the star. So that's a very positive card, Leo. Many of you have been, you know, really, really ascending the heights. And we don't ever get the star card unless we've really been through those challenges, through those trying times, through those struggles, to kind of get to the next level. And to me, the star is very balanced. It is Aquarius energy that comes through with that card. If you have a significant Aquarius in your life, or if you have, you know, Aquarius in your chart. And of course, we're coming into the time right now that is the sun in Aquarius. So all very divinely guided for your growth and your timing here. Yeah, and look at this. This is fascinating to me because wait till you see. So 7 of Wands is coming up over that star. So there's definitely for you a feeling of having to like stand your ground or fight against something that might be coming at you. You may be feeling kind of defensive about it. There's something that's really kind of challenging for you. And so, you know, whether that's real or not, right? Because always in that card, it's like there's the sticks around him. It looks like he's fighting this battle, but you don't actually see anybody holding the sticks. So there may not be as bad of a challenge as he actually thinks, but there is still this feeling of defensiveness. It could be partly, Leo, that you are actually quite defensive about the growth and the progress that you've made. Because if you feel like anyone's trying to like tear you down or take that away from you somehow or undercut your, you know, progress that you've made, or tell you, hey, you haven't done as much as you think, or oh, you've still got too much to do, you know, you might feel really defensive about that because you feel like you've done a lot of work at this point. So going into this present moment, you know, on top of the blue moon, on top of letting your past go, look at that. 7 of Wands came out again. That's why when I pulled that, I was like, oh my gosh, we got 7 of Wands twice. And we're only pulling, you know, 3 cards from 2 separate decks. So to get that twice, that's really something. That's telling me a lot that you are feeling very much kind of like you've got to defend yourself, protect yourself against whatever it is that you feel is threatening you or coming against you. Just be aware of that, Leo. Just be aware of that and make sure that you pick your battles wisely, because in a lot of ways, you know, always with that card, you know, the battle may not be as bad as you think. The argument may not be as bad as you think with that. Yeah, and first, look at that. See the Ace of Wands here with that big fiery dragon, which of course I dig. But that's what's crossing this. So, it's really, this is about so much to do with your identity, so much to do with letting, elements of the past go, or healing elements of the past, gaining closure, and, standing strong in your truth, and passionate new beginnings, and growth forward, and a very independent feeling. This could be even you kind of feeling like nobody can tell me what to do. Nobody can tell me who I can and can't talk to. Nobody can tell me where I'm supposed to go or what. Yeah, this is you feeling kind of feisty. Absolutely, because that's your own energy. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire, fire, fire right there. And then going into your immediate future, we had that Gemini moon, we had that snow moon, which is the full moon of February. I think that's a beautiful synchronicity that tells me many Leos right now are very much on the right path. Even if it's a challenging path, you are on the right one. And on top of that, we pulled the Lovers card. And so the Lovers is Gemini energy, which is wild because that goes right along with that Gemini Moonology card. So to me, this is going to be, as you go into this immediate future over this next 30 days, lots of communication, lots of clearing things up, lots of kind of purifying the air and, getting what your feelings truly are out instead of just, closing them off or not really knowing what to say. Leo, you are very creative, and so this is a time when it's important to be creative with words and creative with your communication. Use your insight, use your abilities to get that across. This could be, building a bridge between warring parties. This could be, reconciling or, ameliorating, or healing an old relationship, either something from the past or something from the present that's really been at you. So let's get a clarifier on that Lovers card. And look at that, the High Priestess is coming up on top of the Lovers. So to me, that's all about using your wisdom, using the depth of whatever your spiritual knowledge is, and getting, again, more in touch with yourself. The High Priestess to me is all about the moon energy, and this is your full moon of the year. So this is very powerful. This is a very, very healing reading to me, Leo. There's heart healing, there's mental healing, there's you kind of, defending whatever it is against anyone that would hurt or tear you down. I think it's quite beautiful, very, very strong. So I'm going to pull a message from Archangel Michael. We're just going to wrap up your reading with a last bit of advice. Oh, Leo, look at that. You got the Eternal Love card. That's so sweet. And to me, Leo, you are such a sign of love and being loving and generous. You have big heart. So, help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. So, Leo, if you've really been through a hard time in love, or haven't had your heart treated so good, this is all about, you reconnecting, not just with, physical on earth love, tangible love, that way, but this is also about really reconnecting with spirit. There she is, being comforted by the angel. So it's like this is really spirit coming in and being a very powerful presence in your life as well. So thank you so much from me and Mr. Dragon. We will be seeing you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.